Welcome to my channel, CAD and Engineering by JS. Today we're going to review the copy and mirror command. The copy command creates duplicates of the objects and allows us to place them in the drawing. The shortcut for this command is CO, and the steps when you use the copy command are very similar to other commands in the modify group. You activate the command, you select the objects, then you press enter to indicate the selection of the object is complete. You select the base point, the point from where you're going to copy the objects, and then you specify the point where you're going to copy this object to. There are two ways for these commands, or two modes. The multiple mode, which is the default one, that allows you to place as many copies as you want, and there is a single mode where you're going to copy that object only once. There are also a way or an option that is called array that allows you to make multiple copies in a line, specifying the number of items and then specifying the distance between the objects. You can also use the fit option that allows you to specify the endpoint of a line, and then the program will fit the number of items you have selected and copy them along that line. Now let's practice using the copy command in AutoCAD with the drawing shown. Let's illustrate how to use the copy command. The copy command is located in the second panel, the modify panel, and it's right below the move command. So we're going to activate the command by clicking on it. And then we're going to follow the prompts. The first one, we have prompted us to select the objects. So we're going to select, let's say, this circle. And then we're going to press enter to finish the selection. The next one is asking us to specify the base point. We're going to select the center of the circle as the base point. And now you can just, as one of the ways, you can enter the distance. Let's say is going to be 110 millimeters. I have dynamic input on and ortho on. So I just moved my pointer to the left, entered the distance. I'm going to press enter and it's done. I'm going to repeat the command. I'm selecting the object. I'm going to press enter to finish the selection. And here you see the mode. I had it in single mode. I'm going to change it to multiple by clicking on multiple or typing in M and then press enter. And now we're going to select again the base point, but now we can make multiple copies. So let's say it's going to be 130 and then up 110 and then down 100. So, and you can continue making copies until you press enter to finish. Now let's continue exploring. Another way that you can use the copy command is by using all snap to select, of course, the base point and the second point where you're going to copy the objects. Let's say we want to copy both this pentagon and the circle. Click on the copy command. We're going to select, make a window, select both, press enter to finish the selection. Now we have to specify the base point. I'm going to use all snap override to use the geometric center for the pentagon, over. And now the second point is going to be this endpoint of this line. And enter to finish. This is another example on how to use the copy command with all snap. I'm going to erase those copies that I made to illustrate how to use the array option. Let's click on copy, and then we're going to select both objects. The base point, let's say it's going to be this endpoint or the center of the circle, and then we're going to click on array, and then we have to enter a number of items. Let's say we want to copy 4 items, and then you have to specify the distance. Let's say you want them to be 120 millimeters apart. You type in the distance, press enter, and you have your copy. But you're still inside of the copy command and you can continue making copies. We're going to press enter to finish the command, and you can verify if we measure the distance that they are at 120 millimeters apart. And another way, let's say I'm going to erase this again, is to use the fit option. Let's click on the copy command, activate it, select both, press enter to finish the selection, select the base point, use array, let's make 4 copies again, and then we're going to use the fit option, and in this case we're going to specify the overall length of that line that we want. Let's say we want it to be 350 millimeters, and then we're going to press enter, and as you can see, I'm going to press enter again. The overall distance, I'm going to use alt snap over right to select the geometric center. It's 350, and this they were just divided, equally divided the distance, so that, and that's the way they were placed. And that's how you use the copy command in AutoCAD. Let's now review the mirror command. The mirror command in AutoCAD allows us to create a mirror copy or reflected copy of an existing object. This is how it works. You select the object, press enter when you finish the selection, then you have to select the mirror line. It could be an actual line, or it could be just 2 points to create an imaginary line that is going to use for the mirror. And then you have to decide what you're going to do with the original. You can retain the original or you can erase it. Another thing with the mirror command is when you have text in or within the objects that you're going to create the mirror with. In this case, by default, the mirror command doesn't reflect the text, and it is controlled with a variable called mirror text. The default value is 0 and the text is not reflected. You can change that variable value to 1 and then the text is going to be reflected or mirrored. Let's practice with the mirror command with the example shown on the screen in AutoCAD. In this example, we're going to mirror the text, the polygon, in this case the pentagon, and the circle to illustrate how to use the mirror command. So we're going to start by activating the command. The command is located in the modify panel right under the rotate command. So we're going to click on it, select the objects. In this case, we're going to select the text, the polygon, pentagon in this case, and the circle, and press enter to finish the selection. And now we're going to use these 2 nodes or midpoint of the lines for our first point and second point of the mirror line. And after that, you can see that the program is prompting you to select what to do, erase the source or not. So we're going to click no. And here is the result. As you can see, we have mirrored these 2 objects. They are on the other side of our theoretical mirror line, and the text in this case appears the same. It didn't change. So we're going to repeat now the same process, but in this case we're going to, before we start, we're going to type in mirror text. I just started typing mirror, and then AutoCAD shows you the options. In this case, at the variable mirror text, I'm going to click on it. The default value is 0, and that's why the text was not reflected. In this case, we're going to change the value to 1 and press enter. And now we're going to repeat the mirror command and see the results. Click on the mirror command, select the objects, press enter to finish the selection. Following the prompt, we have to select the first point of the mirror line, which is this one, and then The second point of the mirror line is the next prompt, is this one, and the following one is asking us if we want to erase the source objects. In this case, I'm going to click yes. And this is the result. As you can see, the text was reflected and the original source objects were also reflected. And this is how you can use the mirror command in Autocad. And now I'll leave you with an exercise for you to practice the copy and mirror command. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please provide any comments or suggestions you may have and subscribe to my channel. Thank you and goodbye.